Hey guys, and welcome back to the Geeks of the Multiverse channel. And what is this? Geeks of the Multiverse uploading on the day of? Wow.
It's crazy,
So
man.
we're
It's
back.
crazy.
Crazy, right? We're back with another after show. Falcon Winter Soldier episode 3 titled Power Broker. That's right, they're introducing the Power Broker. We're getting some of that stuff teased, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, as always, and you may have heard his voice a second ago, I am joined by Will.
Hello, and I'm also joined by Brandon, because you didn't even say your name yet.
I didn't say my name. Doesn't matter. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. All our 44 subscribers, they all know.
They all know.
Right. So, let's get into this. Just starting off, just in general, how are you liking this episode?
It is the best one yet. It's the most
Totally agree.
enjoyable. Like, there's enough action, there's enough fan service, there's enough interesting stuff to keep the plot going forward. I liked it. I liked it. How was your experience with this?
I feel like every episode just gets better and better, and like the pacing just picks up a little bit more.
Yes.
You know, it's just like slow introduction, which I'm good with. I like that. Slow first episode, very slow. Didn't even meet the titled characters. Didn't even meet. And then the second episode, they jump right into it and they get a little bit faster and a little bit more meat. And now we're just getting straight into the meat and potatoes of it. We're getting Baron Zemo, we're getting Sharon Carter, we're getting all these things going on that we love to see and that we can't wait to see, you know, where it turns out and where it goes. So definitely the best one so far.
By a mile.
Yeah.
I think it was great. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, let us know what you thought. Hopefully you'll be watching this because it's not 5 days after the episode airs.
Exactly.
So maybe we might get some more views on this one.
I mean, hopefully. This
But if
strategic plan.
If you're tuning into this one, though, and you still haven't checked out the previous episode, and although it's a week ago, check out what we have to say, because views? I guess. So, what happened in this episode? We went to Madripoor. That was cool.
That was cool. There wasn't really any, like, big X-Men stuff, which, I mean, who I didn't expect it, of course, because it's too early, like really early.
I would have expected. It would have been nice to just have like a little tiny obscure Easter egg that no one would get unless they combed back through it like us. You know, like no one apart from like the YouTube channels would get it.
All the TikTok people as well, because they're
fucking
crazy.
Genius.
They're crazy.
The genius people.
Dude, I'm surprised that they didn't find like, oh, this guy has spiky hair. Wolverine confirmed.
Oh, guys, Hugh Jackman's back.
Hugh Jackman.
He's
the power broker.
Jesus Christ, man. So let's comb through it. Let's comb through the episode. I got it here on my laptop up on Disney Plus, and we're going to be looking at what happened in this episode. So we open up with Captain America. You know what? You know, not Captain America, but for all intents and purposes, he is. And Battlestar going to find out. Basically, they're doing the same job as Sam and Bucky, but just not as good. And we see. This is where we saw it at the end of the last episode, as I mentioned, with that whole sort of stay out of our way line. But we really start to see. I'm about to call him Wyatt Russell, but that's his real name. What's his character name? John Walker.
John Walker.
We really start to see John Walker start to lose it a little bit, and he says he's like shouting at the guy, slamming him against the wall, like, "Do you know who I am?" Like,
why did you say that name?
Why did you say that name?
Save
Bucky. Save Bucky. But yeah, he's
alive.
Oh,
why did you say that name?
That would have been such a funny reference from the Russo brothers. I would have loved that. But yeah, he's losing it a little bit, and there's this one shot that I don't know if you kind of agree with me here, but there's this one shot where it's kind of like a close up of him, and he's kind of like a bit disoriented. It's like pulling in and out of focus. Like it's that kind of camera trick where you mimic the sort of the disorientation.
Yes.
There's a lot of that going on, and I feel like he's really kind of like he's a bit unhinged.
I think that's due to like I can't remember if we said it on last week's video or if we've just spoke about it, but the whole thing that the super soldier serum is like it brings out the best in someone or the worst, and it's like I think that he's mixed. Like I
He's
think
the,
that he's like in the middle. He's not good and he's not bad.
it's the argument of it's that whole thing that the scientist said, like, not a good soldier but a good man. Well, he's the good
Yes.
soldier. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he's got any sort of super soldier serum though. Not yet.
No, it doesn't seem like it. But I feel like that. Well, in the comics, I think he does get it from Power Broker, or it's him or Battlestar anyway.
It's him. It's him. Battlestar, and they get their powers from the Power Broker, but also
Yes.
Joaquin. Joaquin Phoenix.
Lucky Phoenix.
Joaquin Torres.
Yes, I
um,
remember that episode.
yes, the one where Joaquin Phoenix comes in and gets bird wings. He method acted it.
He did. He actually like got a load of bird wings and just stuck them together.
He did. He did. What a guy.
What a guy.
So yeah, that's like we don't see much of Cap and Battlestar in this episode, but I suppose that's because we saw a lot of them in the last episode. But from what we did see, we see John start to be a bit more like, well, listen, I'm Captain America. What the hell are they gonna do? I'm Cap. I'm Cap. You know, I'm the guy.
He's getting to his head a bit, I think.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
pressure. He's cracking because he's failing.
He is. He is. He's not got the right stuff.
Yeah.
But that would be cool. But actually, I'm going to quickly mention this. Not that we get the viewership to have any sort of impact on it, but anyone who is watching, and I'm not saying it's you, and I trust that our subscribers
Don't care
wouldn't
about
do
us.
this kind of thing. I mean, yeah, but like for anyone who is watching, don't send death threats to the actors.
Whoa,
Don't
yeah,
do that.
people are crazy. No, it is that like Stan Twitter. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. They go
that
so
not
far.
my Captain America.
Not my
It's like,
Captain.
yeah, that's the entire point. Like, hate the character, not the actor. The actor is doing a job, and he was having a good time doing it. But now he might not want to come back because you guys have ruined it, and you could ruin the chances of us getting the development of US Agent and stuff like that. Hopefully he's got the thick enough skin to see past it. But you don't know. Like, some people might not be able to, and some people might get in a real bad mental state because of it. Don't hate the actor. Don't send them death threats. They're doing a job. All right, you know, it's no different to me or you, whether you work in a shop, whether you work in an office, whether you're an actor or a musician, doesn't matter. You're doing a job. So I'm not saying it's anyone who is listening. I'm not even saying anyone is listening. But just don't. It's not right. It's not on. It's just, yeah, just stop it. I just like get that out of the way.
People are getting way too comfortable with like getting exactly what they want from these things. Like fan service, they expect everything to be fan service.
Yeah, and exactly. I mean, whether we want the Snyder Cut or the Snyderverse or whatever, it brings it back to that as well.
Yeah, but that's a different. That's a different argument though. They're like not sending death threats to people. Well, I mean, probably are. There probably are, but not to the extent of literally making those really annoying videos and replying to everything on Twitter with videos of a Marvel character with some
I'd argue
music.
that they are, because like literally every post that Warner Brothers makes is like,
oh no, yeah, release the Snyder thing. I mean, that's kind of shut
like, a lot of WB higher ups have had. I know that they've had a few things. So I mean, the bottom line is, obviously we don't want to get too bogged down in it, but the bottom line is, if you're passionate about something, just chill out. Just like have the passion, but good kind. Like me and Will do. Like, be excited about it, whatever you get. The fact that we're getting any of this in the first place is incredible. Like, who'd have thought of like a few years back, like a decade ago, that we would be where we are now. So just be grateful and be thankful for what you get, and just let it play out, because he's not meant to be a likable character.
That's the whole point.
So I just get that off my chest, but swiftly moving on from that, which I just felt like it had to be said. We then join Sam and Bucky in Germany. Actually, so is Cap and Battlestar. They're in Germany too, just different places. And they are there to see Baron Zemo. And Bucky, without Sam's permission, lets him out. Makes this whole plan to get him out of prison, which I thought was very clever. I like that.
It was. It felt like a heist movie.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. And just seeing him walk out, like, yeah, like they're like, well, listen, dude, we're gonna, if you step out of line, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. He's like, yeah, that's fair. I
Like
like
he
sure.
like when they told him to shut up, he was just like, "Oh, that's me. I'm sorry."
Yeah, legit. He's just like, you know what? Fair enough. I can see. Like, he's one of my favorite MCU villains. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's so Daniel Bro is such an underrated actor. Like, he does such a sick job as this character and any other thing he's in, which I can't think of off the top of my head, but I know I've seen him in things. Um, yeah, I'm so glad he's back in the MCU, and hopefully they can do more with him in the future, just like US Agent and all these other characters that they're setting up.
Yeah, it's also cool to see him actually like working with them. Like he's actually helping them. Apart from that one time where he shoots a guy, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
He's still a villain, obviously, but it's cool to see this like duality to him and
Yeah, yeah.
how
He's kind of like we're after the same goal, you know?
yeah, that's what they were talking about. Like he's still bad, but he's got the same goals as them at the minute. Like he doesn't like super soldiers and stuff. That's his whole thing.
Yeah, he's out to finish the job.
Yeah, and now he knows that there's people and going around with like the serum and the power broker. It's it's cool to see him working with Sam and Bucky doing this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And I like that he's sticking with them even through to the end of this episode, and he'll be in it for more episodes. I like that. I like that it's not just okay. You helped us now, and then like you double cross us, and then you walk free and stuff like that, and then we don't see you again for a few years, and you show up in this project. It's like, no, no. I like that he's with them throughout at least at the very least 2 episodes. I like that because he's a really cool actor and playing a really cool character, and as you say, I like to see the duality to him because they got a common goal, but at the same time they don't like him and he don't like them. You know,
Yeah,
there was this cool sort of concept when they went to Madripoor where obviously they have to go in disguise. So he's obviously there as himself because they know him and
well,
he's like a bad
he's
guy or
back as
whatever.
like pretending to be Winter Soldier, which was cool to see. Like when he was fighting in the bar,
That was awesome. That was so
like he
cool.
was
I
so
love that.
violent. It was incredible.
It made Sam wonder, like you tell on Sam's face, that it made him wonder, like, dude, are you actually good, or you still got some of that juju in you? Like, are you what's because that was very convincing
Yeah,
from
it
you.
was.
Yeah, yeah, that was sick. I loved that. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the entire episode, and I'll get on to my very favorite part later. But yeah, that was awesome. And then like Sam, where he's like, he's playing a character or acting pretending like he's this person called Conrad Mack, who is called the Smiling Tiger, I believe. Um, Yes, Smiling Tiger.
Yeah,
And Smiling Tiger, I don't know much about him. I've never even heard of him before, to be honest. But he has affiliations with the Thunderbolts, and occasionally he's worked with the New Warriors and stuff like that. Um, and something called Folding Circle, which I don't know about, but I'll try and do some research. Um,
it's just a group of like villains, I think, or heroes.
yeah, he's kind of like a mutated Black Panther in a way, where he's like a mutate, but he's got like the claws and shit like that. He's like a tiger mutate thing. I don't know. It's it's weird. He looks kind of weird, and the picture they've got on the Marvel fandom is like a really old. It's from like an older comic, so I don't know when his recent appearances are. I don't know if he's been seen for a long time. Um, but yeah, I found that cool. That's a cool little callback because apparently Sam looks a lot like him, so that's
Because
cool.
in the like photo of him, it actually is just Anthony Mackie with a big beard, like a more
Yeah,
flashed out beard. So
dressed up like Prince Hakeem from Coming to America.
oh no, yeah,
So yeah, that was cool. I like that. I like that. So yeah, I mean, in the comics, he did steal a Quinjet, and land in Madripoor and became one of the crime lords. So that's cool to see. A nice little callback. So I suppose that's a comic reference to Madripoor, but nothing mutant related. So that's a shame.
Yeah, there wasn't really any like mutant Easter eggs. There might be like hidden stuff, but we've only watched it once, so we don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like to make these videos early enough, we kind of have to sacrifice watching it several times to really gauge on what happened. But yeah, basically they're looking for a man called Wilfred Nagel, which is another. He's a character from the comics. He's like he's a doctor who's like he basically worked on Project Rebirth, which was the Captain America experiment during World War II, following the death of that guy, that German scientist. So he worked on that after his death, which is remains true in the show. He's the only person to successfully replicate the super soldier serum, because obviously we know Banner was trying, and that's how we get the Hulk. We know that Weapon X is a sort of a byproduct of the super soldier serum. We know the Winter Soldier program is a byproduct, but the only true successful one is this one. So
And in the comics, like he was the person who worked and created the serum that Isaiah Bradley used, and that's when he took over the role of Captain America in the comics. That's cool. And
that's true. He
can
was
I
the one who
also just
recruited.
say how cool and funny his design is in the comics?
Yeah. When I looked at it, and I was like, when I heard the name, I was like, I have to Google this before I forget. I looked at it, I thought, surely not.
It looks nothing like Marvel, but oh well.
Yeah. Oh well, if you want to see that, just look at the Marvel fandom. Just Google it. It's jokes. um. So yeah, that's funny. So they're looking for that guy, and he's saying basically how there's he's basically saying how he made 20 super soldier serums, but the flag smashers, he made it. I think he made it for. He was working for the CIA, and then he was taking the blood from Messiah Bradley to experiment. But then when he blipped, he then came back with no funding or anything like that. So he started working for the power broker. But the flag smashers stole the serums, and I think there's still some remaining that haven't been used. So
I think he
I
had
think the
one
mission.
left. I think he had one left.
Oh, right. So maybe that's the one that maybe
Or he
Walker
could
used.
just make some new ones. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. What? How did he end? Did he die, or did he just? Oh yeah, he
He
died.
got
He got
shot.
shot. So yeah, he can't make anymore.
He's a bit dead.
He looked like he was working on something though.
Oh yeah, there were still loads of like chemicals and stuff lying around.
So maybe Walker and I can't remember his mate's name, but Battlestar. Maybe they kind of follow the breadcrumbs of what Sam and Bucky have been doing, and then they stumble upon the lab, and
But
maybe
it's a
he
bit
slips
blown
one in his
up.
pocket or something. Did he get blown
Maybe.
up?
Yeah, the whole thing got blown up. Like someone
Oh
shot a
well, they
rocket
never.
launcher in there.
Oh yes, they did, didn't they? They did. Yeah. Well, never mind then. Never mind. So yeah, that's interesting, and they kind of did that mission with the help of Sharon Carter. So do you want to speak about that a little bit?
Well, first off, I want to say that we mentioned about like Isaiah's like blood at some point last week, I think. So that's cool that we're getting things right. Screw you,
Mm-hmm.
TikTokers. We're
Hell
better
yeah,
than
yeah.
you. Better than you. Um,
YouTube's elite.
but yeah, Sharon, she's hanging out in Madripoor. She's like a art dealer or something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she's just sniping people and helping them a bit, which is cool. And then she we get that shot from the trailer where she like pulls over her hood, and then
Yeah,
it's just coincidence that they manage to stumble into each other in the bar because she's like there for about a second and then walks off. But
yeah. But she's pissed at them though. She's
oh,
very
very,
fuming.
very
Like,
because
understandably though.
she's outlawed from America. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like ever since she helped and stole the gear back for them for Team Cap in Civil War. Uh, yeah, she's been living up in Madripoor for the past 9 years. Assuming that she didn't blip, because I feel like she didn't. I just get the sense that she didn't blip.
No,
What do you
yeah,
think? Yeah.
she probably would have
So
mentioned that.
So she's been in Madripoor for 9 years, just laying low, and yeah, it's you can understand why she's fuming at them, because it is their fault.
Yeah,
They I mean, Bucky is the whole reason. It's like half the reason Civil War happened, and then Sam was obviously on Team Cap. So, and then Baron Zemo was the other half the reason why it happened. So, yeah, it's kind of like you can definitely understand why she wants all three of them gone.
Oh, for sure.
But there's something up with her though, because she gets in the car with like her driver or something. She gets in, like she got a mate or something, and she gets in the car and she says something I can't remember for the life of me what, but she says something that just makes me think
She's
something's
like,
up
we've
with
got
her.
a problem or something. It's
Yeah,
something along those lines.
it's something along those lines, and I'm thinking, well, there's something up with you. I don't know whether you maybe. I doubt it, but you'd be an interesting twist if like she was the power broker or something. But there's definitely something up with her, which is there's more to her than the what seems. I mean, she's the way I would describe her is untrusting and untrustworthy.
Yeah, well, she could be, because they mentioned that the power broker is rich, and obviously she now is like very rich in Madripoor.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, I've got up here. So, we need to go. Actually, a couple of them. I'll tell you in the car. Let's go. So, is she saying I'll tell you about what happened, or is she saying I'll tell you like I need to tell you something? I can't tell.
yeah.
I can't tell. But yeah, there's. I hope we see her again though. I hope we see her
Oh,
again
I think we
because she's a
will.
cool character.
Also, is the currency in Madripoor Bitcoin? I swear, when they had
Yes,
like the thing, it was the Bitcoin symbol.
I think it is. It looks like it at least. It could not be, but it certainly looked like it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Cryptocurrency. Oh
Oh
man.
my god. I mean, it makes sense, you know.
I mean, it does. It does. Um. So yeah, we get a lot of kind of things with between Sam and Bucky in the sense of like we did last week where it was they were just talking about the whole thing of Sam giving up the shield and you shouldn't have done that and all that kind of stuff. But we get a line from Bucky that just makes me think he says like something like along the lines of when I find him I'm gonna take the shield or something. So does that mean I'm just gonna take it from him? Because I get the feeling that he's like, even if I have to be Captain America, I'll do it, but I
What a
can't let
man.
him be
What a
Captain
hero.
America. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's probably, and then Sam is gonna be like, ah, fuck it, I'll do it. Fine,
Yeah,
I'll do it myself.
yeah, legit.
I think
So
that's where it's gonna go, because
wouldn't it
obviously
be
Sam.
interesting though? It'd be interesting though if they did two Captain Americas. Like they both the shield doesn't belong to either of them. It's kind of like their thing, and they throw it between each other. Like whoever uses it, and like maybe they could be the Captain Americas or something.
Maybe. I mean, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Oh, that's true. They can. They can. These damn
They.
super soldiers.
I mean, there'll obviously be people that moan at whatever they do, but I would be. I'd like that. I'd like that if they went down that road of they both share the shield and do whatever they want with it.
Yeah, that'd be
Like if
interesting
one of them
actually.
takes it and then I don't know, but we haven't seen much of like Bucky use the like hints towards him actually becoming the next Captain America. It's really all Falcon. So
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not saying it will happen. I highly doubt it will, but I'm just saying it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting.
it would be
Maybe Bucky takes it for like
an
half an hour
episode.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's kind of like, I'll have the shield. I've taken it from you, and then he uses it in a fight sequence against Wyatt Russell. I mean John Walker. Um, that'd be interesting. That'd be cool to see just him use it for a little bit. That'd be cool. Um, so Baron Zemo, as we were saying, he was working with them, and they're currently in I think they're somewhere near Sokovia, right? Because they're on about the memorial or like the something for the Sokovia incident.
they're
Oh,
in Latvia.
they're in Latvia, right? I don't know how that seems like it might be close to
I think he
Sokovia,
just
maybe.
mentioned like I think he just said like, "Oh, have you ever been back to the thing?" I don't know why. I mean, it could be, but I don't know where Sokovia exactly is. I mean, I can look it up.
That's true. Yeah, there'd probably be like a Marvel map or something. Um, but yeah, we kind of leave the episode off with them. They've got their mission. They know what they're doing. And obviously we get a really sick sequence with Zemo just killing a bunch of guys. He's got the mask on. That, as I said earlier, that is my favorite part of the episode. I thought that was sick. Because we've never seen that from him. Because the kind of villain he's been so far is the tactical. I'm going to tear you apart with my mind. He's never done any sort of action. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, like he was a fucking badass in this episode.
Yeah, he was. He was an absolute badass. But I think the only thing left to mention is I think there's two things. The power brokers in this episode, we see what's her name? Morgenthau, Carly Morgenthau. We see that her and her mate, I don't know who he is, he's become a bit untrusting of her. Because she just kills a guy and blows up a bunch of people in a building. And so I think we're getting some weird sort of maybe a team switch, maybe like he rats her out.
Yeah, he'll like. I don't know. He could be like an important character. Really, we don't know who he is. I can't remember
I should
his
Google
name.
it really, but I don't know. I don't know his character name, and I don't know the actor's name. So it take me a while to comb through all the cast, and I just can't be asked. So frankly, we don't have the viewership to care that much. But yeah. So by the end of the episode, this is probably the last thing that we need to touch on, I think. By the end of the episode, we see Sam and Zemo go into like Zemo's apartment or something like that. But Bucky's like, listen, I need to go for a walk. He goes for a walk because he sees some like Wakandan tech, like some kind of beads or something. And he's like, I recognize this shit because obviously he's spent some time in Wakanda getting his brain sorted out. And we see that it's, and excuse my pronunciation, it's Ao. Is it Ao? I don't know. I think it might be Ao. I know the characters. I know how to spell it, but I don't know how it's pronounced. I probably butchered that.
It could be Io or Ao.
Exactly. Yeah. So we see that she basically a member of the Dora Milaje, I think is the short of it. She has followed him, and what does she say at the end?
Like, I want Zemo or something.
That's right. Yes, of course, because Zemo. Yes, that's right. Yeah, she wants Zemo, which is understandable because he killed the king, or he's responsible for the killing of King T'Chaka, which gets another mention in this episode. So that's cool. We've got a lot of Wakandan sort of ties, which I suppose makes sense because Bucky
was in Wakanda for a while.
Yeah.
They mentioned that like last episode or the one before as well.
Yes. In fact, the last episode, he gets called like Sam's like, so what do you know, like White Panther? And he's like, nah, it's a White Wolf actually, and that's cool. We didn't mention that in our previous video, but I thought that was really cool. So is he officially? Because obviously he can't be the Winter Soldier now because that's what he's trying to shed. So what do we call it? Season 2 of this? Do we call it like
Captain America and the White Wolf?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That'd be interesting. I think they'll probably go down that route of the White Wolf. Maybe he'll just go back to Wakanda, like, because he doesn't know what he wants in his life. He's lost. Like the only time he was at peace was in Wakanda. So maybe he's gonna go back and then, because I think the White Wolf or White Panther or something is like the head of like the military or like the police in Wakanda, in the comics.
Yeah, he's a separate character. He's not Bucky. He's
but they could just change it.
I mean, it's the MCU. They've changed enough.
Yeah. Like it's inspired by the comics. It's not based on the comics. Otherwise, it would be like everything would be exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, they have free reign to do whatever they want. So to have him be White Wolf would be kind of cool. I'd like that. It kind of suits him. I think he's kind of like a lone wolf, so it suits his personality. So if we got a season 2 or like a retitled spin-off called Captain America and the White Wolf, I think that would be.
I mean, it depends where it ends, because there is the Wakanda series coming at some point.
That's true. Yes.
Just be in that.
And of course, at this point, T'Challa is alive.
I assume so, yeah.
I assume, right? So there was a little bit of sadness when I watched that, when I thought like, oh man, in real life, Chadwick Boseman's gone, but within the confines of this show and the universe, T'Challa's still alive, probably. So
I want to bring
that
up a sad possibility here. Do you think that they were gonna have him in this episode instead of Io or Ao? And obviously they couldn't.
I don't think so, because this was filmed before his
But
death.
like,
I know he was ill towards the end, but I don't think so.
well, I mean,
'Cause it
we'll
seems
never
more
know really. But
it seems more like the kind of thing he just sends someone to do, rather than be like, I'll do it myself.
that's true. But it was his
we've got a
father.
country to run.
It was his father.
That is true, but he did.
Maybe,
Yeah, I suppose he did let him go though.
maybe he would have
did
wanted
kinda
him
like
to
only
like bring him back to him.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because yeah, that's interesting that they want him back now though, because they did let him go, but I suppose maybe they were kind of like,
He was
well,
in
he's in
prison, and now they know
chill.
he's not in prison, and they can like do whatever they want with him. I guess now
I tell you what, news travels fast to Wakanda.
they have
You know,
spies
like it's been
everywhere.
like a day.
Probably.
Probably, I wouldn't put it past them. Plus, especially with the Wakandan embassy since like 2018 or 2017, they've now opened themselves up to the world, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Maybe we'll have like her in the next episode as like another character. It's like a Sharon Carter who just appears for this episode and then disappears. That'd be cool. Because the Dora Milaje, I mean, incredible fighters. So I'd love to see a fight sequence with Sam, Bucky, Zemo, and a Dora Milaje member. That would be insane.
That would be. I mean, maybe
I
they'll
think I'd
maybe
run
they'll
for
go
that.
to Wakanda in this series, or like I said at the end, maybe he goes back there, and then like, welcome. You can stay. We have a special job for you, Mr. White Wolf.
That's true. That'd be cool. I feel like he might want to stay back to help Sam though, because kind of like he's like maybe he'd be like, I don't know. So maybe he's like the kind of at the end of Age of Ultron, where they're kind of like, oh, what do you want to do next? Where are you going next? Maybe it's that kind of thing where Sam's like, oh, so what's the plan? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Wakanda. It was
Well,
the
maybe
only place
Sam
where
goes
I
to
got
Wakanda just to
peace.
like train up.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, that could work. That could work.
Well, we've only got like
Yeah,
3 episodes left. Or how
or
many?
maybe the shield gets broken or something.
They both
And
have
then you have
half
to
of
get
the
a new
shield.
I was thinking, well, they go to Wakanda to get a new one, but that worked too. Sure.
It's like a
Oh,
those like necklaces where like it's like a heart and the other one has the other half.
they do like at the start of every battle. They do this like really cringy like
Yeah.
morphing thing when they like
Put it
shove their
together.
shields together.
Oh
They're like
no.
the Wonder Twins combined.
Yeah.
Shield.
The shield. Oh man.
Oh man.
Okay, we've gone too far. We need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we've gone the point in in this review where we've reached the Wonder Twins. I think we need to wrap
Go.
it up.
We need to go.
So thank you guys if you watch this. We appreciate it. We're gonna try and stick to what we're doing like today. Get the videos out, get the after shows out a lot more soon, a lot quicker rather, a lot more soon.
Soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm running at about 10% efficiency right now.
There seems to be a recurring theme every episode. We're like, yo guys, we're dead. Enjoy.
We're tired today. Take this content.
Oh man.
We just, you know what it is? We're up too late playing Avengers.
True. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, we've got to grind for them.
Because it wasn't us playing
man.
Avengers. Avengers was
playing
playing us.
Yes, that is true. Avengers has been playing us since it released, Will.
True.
Avengers has been playing us since it released.
True.
Anyway. Bye guys. Oh, actually, yes. We have you've already played the speaking of Avengers, you've already played the Clint Barton DLC. We have that. That's going to be coming out this week coming. We'll have that out for you. And also, we might do an Invincible sort of review for the first few episodes. Let us know if you want that.
Or just the whole series. I think the whole series will be better.
We'll leave it to the end. We'll leave it to the end. Yeah, that'd be cool. So we'll be doing. We got plans. We got plans. But this last month at college now. So once I have that done, we'll be making a lot more videos and a lot more on time. So look forward to that, and hopefully we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw here today, then maybe consider subscribing to catch our other content as and when it releases.